All right, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to walk through the electric vehicle tax credit, and I call this video part two. The first one I created, I think, caused some confusion. There were a lot of questions. I'm still getting questions about people buying certain vehicles, what the credit is, can they claim the credit. So I'm going to go through a 3-slide presentation on just the general facts, and then we're going to walk through a tax return that kind of shows you the tax liability in this tax return, the credit, and walking you through the tax form. I'm going to show you an IRS website that you can kind of go to kind of look up your individual vehicle to see what the credit is in 2022 as you kind of work on your tax return. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll be sure to kind of answer them. Thank you. Okay, so this is part two of this electric vehicle tax credit video that I've kind of put together. The first one, I talked about 2022, 2023. This video, I'm just going to focus on 2022. The last video I did was in November of 2022, and the 2022 tax returns were not ready. So now I'm going to walk through a 2022 tax return to kind of show you how this credit works. So again, this video is strictly on 2022. So with a lot of the questions I've been getting on that first video, so if you bought a EV electric vehicle in 2022, you got a written binding contract, right, to purchase the vehicle before August 16th, but you took possession of it after August 16th, but before 2023, you can claim the credit off the old rules. Now, if you purchased between 8/16 and 12/31 and took possession in 2023, now you got to follow the new rules, okay? Which I'm not going to cover in this video. This is strictly 2022. Now, if you purchased from August 16th of 2022 through December 22nd or December 31st, 2022, the final assembly of the vehicle has to be done in the U.S., okay? And I'll show you this website here. It's on irs.gov where they list all the vehicles, and you can kind of see, you can look for your vehicle. You can see kind of where they fall in this time period. And I'm going to go to this other slide here. Down here, the credit phases out when a manufacturer sells $200,000 of qualifying vehicles during the year. So I know Tesla and GM credits are not eligible in 2022. But then again, the whole process starts over again in 2023. So again, if you took possession of your new Tesla in 2023, this rule doesn't apply to you in 2022. Okay. The tax form you're going to be looking at is 8936. You're going to need the vehicle's VIN. I'm going to show you this tax form. The credit is going to range between $2,500 and $7,500. And the credit is really based on the car's battery capacity. So the credit starts out at a smaller amount. Then you add in how big the battery is, and you can get it up to $7,500. Like I said, this website on the IRS kind of shows you exactly what your credit is. And then this credit is non-refundable, right? So if you're doing your taxes and you owe a certain amount, this credit is not going to be able to give you a refund, right? It's just going to reduce your tax bill. So if you don't owe any tax, then this credit's not going to be applicable to you. But I'm going to show this to you in the tax return. And then finally, if you've filed your 2021 taxes and you forgot about this credit, you can go back and amend your 2021 tax returns. So that's kind of still out there. So let's go to that IRS website. So the website is irs.gov, credits, deductions, manufacturers, models. And you can see here, so let's look up like BMW, right? So you can see here's the make and model of the cars, here's the vehicle description, here's the credit amount, right? So now let's go to General Motors, right? And that was one of the ones I noted earlier. So acquired through this date, right? You picked it up on your 2019 tax return, here's the credit. But here you can see that the credit is not available in 2020 and beyond, right? So this is a great website. You can kind of look it up. They got all the vehicles. So here's Tesla. You can see the credits from earlier on in 2018, 2019, but you can see here that the credits are not available for these makes and models in 2020. So and then here's Toyota. So yeah, one of the questions I've been getting a lot in my previous video was, what is the credit for my car that I just bought, and is it eligible? So this is a great website to go to. So now let's go to a tax return, right? So if you've kind of seen this in the past, I've kind of used the same two people, and I've kind of altered the amounts. So here's page 1 of their tax return, right? So their adjusted gross income is $242,000. The total tax here is $39,000. And then you got the total tax due is $35,000. Here's what's being withheld from their W-2s. And at the end of the year, they're going to owe the IRS $13,000. Okay. So now let's go to, they buy a Jeep, and I'm just putting a Jeep in here because I like Jeeps. And let's just assume that the credit is $5,000. Okay. So we're going to recalculate this, and let's go back to page 2. So nothing here. All this has kind of stayed the same. But now you can see here, that's $5,000. Here's that new credit that we just added. So it kind of reduces this total tax, or this tax. So you have your AGI, your adjusted gross income, right here, the 242. You reduce that by the standard deduction or itemize. In this case, they take the standard deduction. So their total taxable income is $216. The tax on that is $39,000. And this is where you start getting, you can utilize credits, right? So they got the child tax credit, that's a credit. And then you got this electrical vehicle credit, right, of $5,000. So the original tax was $39,000. You kind of reduce it by 5 and 4. So instead of owing $13,000, now they owe the IRS $8,000. Okay. So if we were to kind of reverse this and just say this amount was, $20,000, right? They already have $22,000 withheld. So their tax was $20,000. They've already withheld this. So they're not going to owe anything, and they can't really utilize this credit. So you got to really look at, this line 18, like first off, your line 16 here, your total tax on your taxable income, what that is, and then look at what you've had withheld and all this other stuff. But again, you're not going to get a refund back from the IRS on this credit. I think that was a big confusion in the first video, and there were a lot of comments. So just want to clarify that. And then the form, right, that you're going to fill out. Let's see here. So here's the form. You're going to need the VIN number. You're going to need, the date that you, purchased the vehicle. And this $5,000, this is where you're going to go to the IRS website to kind of look at the credit, that your vehicle kind of falls under. And then you can see here, line 20, it's looking at that line 18, that $39,000 I pointed out earlier. And now, to see if, you can utilize this credit or not. So, again, let me know if you have any questions on this. Hopefully this kind of clears up some of the questions from the first video. I think the key is, I think a lot of the questions I'm getting is, hey, I purchased X vehicle. Am I eligible? And I'd say, go to this website here, the IRS website, to see, you can look for your exact vehicle, the make and the model, and it will tell you exactly what the credit is. And also don't forget about, these purchase dates. Now, again, this video just covers the year 2022. Okay, it doesn't cover if you purchase something in 2023 because the rules are going to change a little bit. So again, let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks.